how come such an important thing is not in the news? And why did they want to talk about it? It's a mass shooting. He shoot as many as he can until he have no more bullets. And he was shouting Allahu Akbar. Why that is not in the title of their news? Why nobody speak about the motive? Suddenly this person became a mentally ill person. He have a mental illness, you know. If you remember, a few years ago, there was a camp for refugee in Germany. And this camp was burned. And all the propaganda machine of the left wings, actually they have no wings, they have nothing but the tail of the devil. They start saying that the right wings, the conservative, the fascist, the Nazi, the filthy, the ugly, I mean, they make you the devil. They are the one who are burning this center. Tons of articles, BBC, you name it, CNN, everybody. Then a few months after, they discover that the one who did it, he was a Syrian refugee. And look how the news had changed. From German attack made by right-wing Nazi fascist to a frustrated refugee. Frustrated refugee. So if he is not from the country, and he is not from the one who is against their agenda, and he do commit the same crime, because this is the same crime, exactly the same crime. He did it. He is the one who did it, actually. If you do it, and you are from the minority which they use you for their propaganda machine, they will say you are frustrated, or they will say you are mentally ill. Frustrated refugee. Okay, why frustrated refugee when it burned the camp of frustrated refugee? I mean, he lived there. So when frustrated refugee, he burned a camp, he is frustrated. I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, he have the right to burn the whole country. Put yourself in his shoes. He is frustrated. We are giving him free shelter, free food, free health insurance, free, he can go to school, all of this for free, and he's frustrated. I mean, that's a lot of frustration. So what I do, I burn the frustration center. But when the burning happened, the one who did it, they are the fascist, the right wings, the filthy, the Nazi, I mean, all kinds of names. Here you notice the hypocrisy. I found this article written by a gentleman. His name is John Gabriel. And the article is Media Narrative Flip in Boulder Shooting. And actually this is very, truthful article. It's showing you how those hypocrite Democrats, they flip the news upside down. If the one who did it is one of them, or the one they consider him one of them, they will say, oh, we want to do gun control. If the non-shooter is white, gun control. Non-shooter is a white, and the victim is white, they say gun control. Let me show you the chart he made. The attacker is non-white shooter. The victim is white. What the Democrat want? And the media is Democrat. Sadly, in this country, we don't have really conservative media. Even Fox News is owned by someone, he is one of them. Non-white shooter, the victim is white, the Democrat and Joe Biden has been, you know the thing, he will say we want gun control. If the white is shooter and the victim is non-shooter, it's racism. If the shooter is non-white and the victim is non-white, well, we talk about different story. We talk about Kardashian. I like this guy. What he's so what we change the topic. The shooter is not non-white, and the victim is non-white. So what we talk about? We talk about Kardashian story, maybe underwear, because this is the most important topic. You know, I mean, who care for the shooting now? A police officer, he's the attacker, and the victim is non-white. Okay, this is police brutality. Non-white shooter, police officer, the victim. Reaction to brutality. I mean, with this party, they call themselves Democrat. I found like there is somebody suffering from mental illness, literally. If the shooter is male and the victim is female, this is sexism. If the shooter is female, the victim is a male, this is a reaction of sexism. If the female shooter is if the shooter is a female and the victim is female, gun control. The shooter is female, and I mean it's a madness. If the shooter is non-Muslim and the victim is Muslim, this is Islamophobia. If the shooter is a Muslim shooting non-Muslim, this is reaction to Islamophobia. Do you see how this media is very filthy? How garbage it is? If the shooter is non-Muslim, the victim is a Muslim, even if he is not the target really because he's a Muslim, they will say this is Islamophobia. What if the shooter is a Muslim and the victim is not Muslim? Oh, this is a reaction to the cartoon. You made cartoon. What do you want them to do? Well, they are killing us all over the Middle East. They killed the Yazidi, they killed the Christians. I'm talking about the terrorists now. We don't do reaction and attack Muslims. I will never do that. All people they can shoot. Everybody can shoot. Everybody can be a criminal. So when the attack done by someone fit with their agenda to use that shooter or that victim, let us say, they will be all over him. But if the shooter is not going to help their propaganda machine and their agenda, they go mute. Suddenly now the shooting in Colorado was by a crazy man. This guy is so desperate, he has mental issue. And so what if he say Allahu Akbar? Actually, none of those news agencies, see, in all of them, nobody says Allahu Akbar. As I showed you in different location. None of them, they said that, you know. If the shooter is a Muslim and the victim are non-Muslim, if you remember, when a Muslim he enter and he starts shooting in Florida, a center is full of gays. It was like a meeting. No, sorry, it was a gay club. The media, you know, this guy have mental illness. Like the guy, he joined ISIS. He was shouting Allahu Akbar. His wife, she helped him. And then they made the guy. I mean, imagine he is killing gays. Is it those Democrat is the one who defend gays and lesbian? How come suddenly, just because the shooter is a Muslim, he is a person suffering from mental illness? What if it was a Christian, the one is shooting? If you remember, there's a guy, he went in New Zealand, and he is no Christian. He don't believe in Christianity. He went to the mosque and he started shooting. The whole world started talking about him. What you expect? You know? Okay. After 1 million attack, at least, happened in the last 2 years, done by terrorists who scream Allahu Akbar. There is a filthy idiot. He take a gun and he start shooting Muslims in the mosque. They forgot all the attacks are done by the terrorists. And now this is the topic. This guy is the problem. This is what the media, they do in the West. They flip the truth upside down. They change the title. You know the title? If you go right now and we check the title for this news, nobody's saying anything about this guy is from Syria, his name is Ahmad, he's a Muslim. No. I mean, all this is not in the front page. You know, I search. If we go here, let us see. I will search for the news. Okay. Give me a second. And this is the first news, the first page, the title. Nowhere. You know, as I told you, you know, for me, I found that this guy he's a Syrian and he is a Muslim and his name is Ahmad and he was shouting Allahu Akbar, not from American media. You know, all what they are talking about, sympathy to the victims, Boulder shooter, and now we want to do gun control. And by the way, I'm not against gun control, but control the guns of who? This is the question. What do you mean by gun control? So anything work with their agenda, they use it immediately. When Trump was in the office, they accused Trump that he made cages for children, when in fact it was Obama who made those cages. Biden and this vice president, they spoke about discrimination for those immigrant, poor immigrant, and then we found that they are robbing them by plastic in the time of Biden. They put plastic around them, you know, like as if they are puppies or cats. So Trump was bad, and you are the good person. And now we have tens of thousands of children who are coming without their parents. And did you ask yourself why they have no parents? Their parents, they are sending them without their parents. This way they can guarantee they will have asylum and they will grow up in America. But the question is, who is going to take care of them? And how much suffering those kids will suffer from? Child molestation, sex trafficking. I mean, what is the future of those kids who they are opening the borders for them? Stupidity is amazing. Democrat is the party of hypocrisy. Democrat is the party of evil. I cannot see something good in this party. They speak good. They claim that they are protecting children, but who is going, those children, what will happen to them? If you send your child to USA and you send him with a drug dealer or a human trafficking person, what he will do to him in the way? And after he arrives, what will happen to him? Biden, he told them that the border is open, we will not close it for anybody, and suddenly tens of thousands of people are coming. Where you can have them? They don't even have a place for them. And guess what? Maybe many of you, they are not living in America. If I type right now in Prophet Google, peace be upon him, the word homeless, homeless, what I will find? Let us see the most rich state, not the poor one. This is California. This is what? This is California. You will see thousands of tents in the road, in the street. This is California. This is where the money. This is a state where each company of it, they have more money than Saudi Arabia itself, maybe 10 or 20 times. This is where Google is located. This is where Yahoo is located. This is where Twitter is located. This is where Apple is located. This is where all the money is located. If your own citizen, they cannot find a job and they don't have a place to stay in, you stupid Democrat, you bring people where? This is America? Who in the world believe this? This is America. This is California. I mean, what's wrong with those people? Find job to your own people first, and you need to ask yourself, if those people, they came and they have no place for them, what they would do for a living? Prostitution. You're forcing them to do that. If a person is born in the country and he have the right to work, and he have a social security, he have a driver license, he have the law in his side to work, if that person cannot find a job, why you are opening your borders? And they are opening the border when? Isn't it you the one who enforce social distancing? Like, what's wrong with those people? How social distance work with them? By inviting thousands and thousands of immigrants to come across the borders. And who's going to pay for it? If we search for immigrants in the borders, what we will find? They don't know what to do. We have a donkey in the White House. His name is Joe Biden's husband. You know the thing. He said, yeah, we will stop what Trump did. This is very wrong. You know, okay. And then they heard the news in South America. All those poor people, I don't blame them. They are poor. Everybody search for a better life. Do you blame somebody is poor to search for better? I don't blame him. The stupid we have in the White House, he told them come. But his country is not ready for anyone to come. His borders is not ready. They don't even have enough employees even to process papers. Look at them. They are wrapping them with the plastic. And the funny, this is the Voice of America website. I mean, look at this. They are putting them inside rooms made from plastic. And the blanket is the one you do put in the top of your chicken. There's more than 15,000 little child in custody. And when Joe Biden became a president just yesterday. So what will happen after a year? If Joe Biden, he won the election by true voting, I say to those who vote for him, if he won, as they claim, you voted for who exactly? What's wrong with you? When Trump, he say fake news, they are fake news. When he say they are propaganda machine, they are propaganda machine. When he say they are hypocrite, they are hypocrite. They speak about taking care of, you know, it's not right to put them in cages. And do you remember how many articles written about the cages? And the stupid Trump, at the end, somebody told him, hey, it's not you who ordered those things. This is from the time of Obama. You know, Trump is so slow sometimes. You know, he's, you know, I don't agree with him with many things too. But I cannot find one thing those Democrats they stand for is good. Hypocrisy, shame, lies is the agenda. Why Nancy Pelosi don't take like 50 of those children in their house? She have a mansion. Do you know how many bedrooms she have in her house? She have a refrigerator just for chocolate. She spoke about it in TV, and she have the most expensive chocolate. What about Nancy Pelosi? She say, yeah, we care for immigrant. Let me take 50 of them to my house. And I have tons of millions of dollars in my bank account. I will support them. I will support their education. They speak about we should not dig for oil. And we are fighting for good environment, but all of them, they are driving the most expensive, fancy cars who suck oil like a beast. Which one of them he drive a car, have you know, like a normal car, like, you know, the one who will make 40 miles in gallon. All their cars, it doesn't even make 15 miles in gallon. Which one of them, he don't take a private jet to fly, like, you know, Al Gore, he used to go and make lectures about going green, and yet he have his own jet, which means each time he fly, he burn more than a city burn fuel for light of one night. Those are the Democrats. When Trump, he speak about women in a sexual way, he's bad, disgusting. But when Clinton been accused of rape many times, and he was actually in court judge that he was having sexual relationship with the women out of his marriage, and he's married, and he is doing it in the White House office. It's okay. You cannot impeach him. Trump, he made a phone call, they want to impeach the guy. A phone call. Clinton, he go and he go to an island wearing women's clothes. I don't know if it's true or not, but with the guy who is doing human sex trafficking, having sex with the children, it's okay. He's Democrat, he can do that. Kids, we wrap them inside the plastic and we put them outside. This is in the field, this is not inside the building. And we wrap them with aluminum papers. And we have corona. And then we put the adult the same way too. I mean, this, if we are doing to this to the kid, imagine what we are doing to the adult. All of this, because, is that the fault of those immigrants? No. You told them, come. The immigrant, they heard the news, we have Joe Biden now, he opened the borders, Trump is gone, the bad person is gone, and then tens of thousands are coming. So their news is fake. Their covering of a news is fake. Why nobody saying that this guy who was shooting, he was saying Allahu Akbar? Isn't it important to know this? How come we don't hear it? How come his religion suddenly is not important? You know, there is a, if you know what his name? The guy from Israel. He became a Christian, I forgot really his name. The CNN, they send a special team to investigate the person to be sure if he is saying the truth that he used to be a member of Yasser Arafat terrorist organization or not. I mean, CNN, they are willing to send a team to Jerusalem to check on that guy just because he used to be a Muslim and became a Christian. But CNN, they did not check if this person was saying Allahu Akbar. And obviously his religion had nothing to do with it. And obviously he is not white, you know, so they cannot say he is a white supremacist. But if this guy, his name is George, and he went inside the mall and he shot some black people and some Mexican, the white supremacist, the disgusting. But for the CNN, this guy is not a white person. Do he look like a white person? I mean, his mustache is blonde, obviously. His face is very white, obviously. He is Syrian. Syrian people are white. But he's not white for them. There's no white supremacist here. Now, they took off his clothes because they thought he have a belt, suicide belt, because he was shouting Allahu Akbar, supposedly. So when you hear the news, there's no news in our news. Our news is a propaganda machine. And this machine needs an emission. It's a machine gun. The news in America is a shooting gun. And they shoot at people. There's people, they want to shoot them to lie to them. And there's people who want to shoot them to kill them. So either way, you are a victim. This person, he could not support their propaganda machine of white supremacists. They label anyone who voted for Trump as a white supremacist. So what we would do with all the millions of black who voted for Trump? Joe Biden, he says, if you are black and you don't vote for me, you are not black. They decide even what is your ethnic based on your vote. This is how the Democrats are. You have to vote for them. Otherwise, they will label you. You are black, it doesn't matter, they will make you white. You are Asian, they will make you white. Anyone who votes for Trump, he is a white supremacist, even if he's an African, to the bones. Very disgusting media machine. I have no respect for them. And this is my advice for people who are listening. I disabled the chat because I don't want to see bad language. Never believe in this media. And never believe in any media in America. Even the one who support Trump. You see, we speak about like folks, CNN, CBNC, whatever, those garbage. But Fox News is no better. Hypocrite, liar is the same. The same garbage. It's just two faces of one coin. Bad cop, good cop, supposedly. It's a big organization. They want to control the crowd, all the crowd. So you support Trump? Okay, we will control you. We will get you by Fox News. You support liberal? We will control you. We will get you by CNN and CBNC or NBC, whatever. They will not let you free. All of them, they are garbage. But I could not believe how much garbage we have in USA media. You look at the title, Atlanta attack. Suddenly Atlanta attack became racism. Even the guy, the criminal himself, he said, I did not kill them because they are Asian. It happened that most of people who work in massage center in USA or beauty salon are Asian. You can ask anyone. And the guy, he said it clearly, I'm not attacking them because Asian. And the guy don't care. He's dead anyway. I mean, he's going to be executed. So he do not need to say things to make it look better. The guy already, it killed 8 people. So, and he is, like, he's not a suspect. He already killed, and he did, and there's videos of him killing. But he like it or not, they will make his attack a racism attack. It's not you who decide. Even the attacker himself, he is not free to decide what the purpose of the attack was. It is CNN who decide. It is Democrat they decide. Even if the guy, he said to them, I killed them because I'm a crazy person, because I did, they tempt me to do sex. Not because they're Asian. Oh, no, you are lying. You killed them because they are Asian. Why? Because they want to use that for the propaganda. So they can fool the Asian people in USA and say to them, here we go, Joe Biden, he came to you to defend you, to protect you. Vote for us next time, because this is Atlanta. Georgia is very important for the coming election. There's certain states in USA, they are extremely important because those are between. So he flied all the way. He took a flight. Joe Biden, he cares so much for Asian people. He loved them. He loved them. You see, all those Democrats, they love minority to the point they don't live between them. If you ask Nancy Pelosi, where do you live? Do you live like in an area where it's black people? No. Even Obama himself, he lived between the very rich white people. He sent his kids to learn in a very white rich people kids learn. You don't send them to a school of poor black people. But they are not racist, remember. I'm really sick of this media. Disgusting, filthy. When they make the capital ratio, or riot, sorry, a supremacist attack, that's it. They have to insert the white. And the funny, like, is Joe Biden, he is white or what? I mean, you are talking exactly about what? Because if this country is suffering from white supremacists, then you shall not be elected. Because obviously you are against white supremacists. So who voted for you? If every white is a white supremacist. Oh, you are white supremacist if you vote for Trump, even if you are black. I forgot that. White supremacist is not about being white. It's a title. So we can use against you. We label you. We flag you. If you ask this company, it's called YouTube, why Christian Prince, he cannot have donation in YouTube? Oh, he is extremist. How I'm extremist? What exactly I did? Like I call for jihad? Did I call for killing people? What is that exactly? Oh, he's Islamophobic. Okay, what about those Muslims who say, we want to hunt you, we want to kill you, we want to find you, and they have their channel running and they can collect donation? Oh, those are protected minority. This is the Democrat. This is the Democrat. Garbage in, garbage out. No dignity, no honesty, double standard, hypocrisy is their religion. And now suddenly this guy, he is suffering from mental illness. Okay, he's suffering from mental illness. So how he got his gun? He just got it a few weeks ago after Biden became a president. 2 weeks ago. How somebody, he is suffering from mental illness, he can get a gun? Can you explain that to me? Or an assault gun, not just a gun? Assault rifle? And when the last time he was in the hospital to recover from his mental illness? I mean, have you ever heard of somebody who's mentally ill but he never been in a hospital all his life? Like how does mental illness happen? Like it overnight? Like the guy, he go to bed, he was okay. He woke up in the morning, he found himself mentally ill. The guy, he have a history of crimes. He was arrested many times. And nobody said that he was arrested because he's mentally ill. Coward, liars, no respect. And now Joe Biden, he will make an executive order to control guns. And this way he can keep his promise. But you know, those things really will change. I mean, this is America. You put a president here, next year the new president, he will cancel whatever the guy he did, and he said, so I'm not worried about it. But I wanted to share this video to show you the hypocrisy and the stupidity of this party called Democrat. And I believe strongly that Democrat, in the coming election, they are going to face a big defeat as long as they are continuing in the same way they are. The gas price is almost twice. I mean, the guy Trump, he just left the office. Less than a few weeks after, we pay $1 more, $1.50 more, $2 in California. It's going crazy because of the tax they have there. Just by changing the president, your life and your income is affected immediately because we have stupid people in the office. I mean, have you ever heard of somebody want to stop digging for oil, but yet he need oil? So what we will do now, we buy it from Saudi Arabia. I mean, do you see how smart, genius they are? You see, sometimes I say to someone I believe is stupid, I call him donkey. I think calling Joe Biden a donkey is an insult to donkeys. Hey, Joe Biden, did you stop driving those fancy cars and all the security and the police and the secret police are driving those big, huge cars which consume a lot of oil? Do they work by the battery? So you stop digging for gas and you don't have a replacement yet? I mean, if you want to go for a clean energy, go. But first, create the clean energy. Let us have it first. So if they continue this way, and I believe they will continue because stupidity is their flag, the coming election for the Congress is going to be a huge defeat. Because people, even those who are Democrat, I mean, imagine you are Democrat, you hate Trump. Okay, Trump is gone now. Who is going to pay for your gas? Have fun. Or Joe Biden, he will send you $1,400 in the mail now. They will not even cover your rent. Especially if you live in a Democrat state, where everything, because of their stupidity, is bankrupt. And it's amazing that all Democrat states are the bankrupt state, where living there is extremely impossible. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it this is a proof that Democrats bring failure wherever they go? We just showed you the homeless in California. But this is the most rich state in USA. Well, it's not a rich state no more, because simply the border is open and people don't have jobs, and they close the state. They close it. They shut down because of Corona. Smart genius, and still the state there is the most infected state. You know, when you shut down work, and then you make people sit in a tent like this next to each other, because they have to live, they have to, 10 people, they sleep inside a tent. Isn't it this is where Corona will spread? I mean, what's wrong with those people? Do they have a brain? Do they? So this is how you fight Corona? So you close the businesses, and now those people will go where? They become homeless, and then thousands and thousands of them, they will be gathered, and there is no control of this. They don't have a bathroom. They don't have a shower. They live by thousands together. That is Corona. What's wrong with this party? The party of confusion. This is a video. Look, I just click at the videos. Homeless and COVID, California, healthcare. 150,000 people with 51,000 are homeless. Can you believe it? 151,000. This is the size of a city. And 75% of them who they are not living in shelter, that means they are living in the street. This is California. This is Democrat. You go to Los Angeles, you feel like you are living really in the Middle East countries, prostitution every corner, drugs. The business industry there's three businesses: prostitution, drugs, guns. Which one you want? You feel like you live in the most corrupt areas in the Middle East. And then they claim that they are the one who can decide to you how life good can be. In California, they have all kinds of rules. Even if you want to buy from Amazon, you have to accept terms and conditions. If you live in California, you should know that according to the state of California, blah, 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 like a long list, they put a lot of rules to the point people cannot breathe. And people are leaving this state. Same as New York, the city of rats. Who live in the city now in New York? Rats. The biggest population is not us, a human. It is rats. Why? Because we have genius in this beautiful state. They flipped the state into a state of rats. You can't even go and sit outside. The rat is in the size of a chicken. I'm not going to play video for you because they might claim copyright over them, but you can go right now and search rats in New York. So there's no jobs. They close the businesses, they close the restaurant, they close the companies. Social distance, you know, like if a guy is opening his restaurant, he need to make a cube around every table. Have you ever heard of a madness like this? How you can do that? Okay, then if you cannot do it, then you have to close your restaurant. Everybody close. Tax is so high, crazy madness. People have no housing. Garbage is everywhere. New York turned into a rat city. I mean, can you complain? When somebody accused Trump that he spoke badly about women, oh, it's a shame how people, they can accept such a president. New York mayor accused by 8 women of sexual whatever. He will not resign. And nobody will impeach him. It's okay, he's Democrat. But if you are Republican, you are in trouble. You know, this guy is a saint. This guy, he sent thousands of old people to death by forcing them to go to nursing home. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupidity like this? People have corona. You send them to live with people who have no corona, and all of them are old. So people start dying like crazy. Did anyone sue him? Did anyone go to take him to jail? We will see. He destroyed New York, but it's okay. He's Democrat. He's one of us. So he can do whatever he wants. What's wrong with that? So this is our experience with the party. It's called Democrat. And for me, I believe strongly that anyone who votes for this party, he is not being honest with himself. They are irrational. Their logic is stupid. And their failure is the biggest proof of their stupidity. Their failure in California, their failure in every Democratic state. For me, one state is Democrat is not a big fail. If you type in Google, people moving to Texas, or California moving to Texas, or California moving to Florida, you will not believe it. Let us search. Everybody escaping California. Nobody want to live there. I mean, who is going to live there? Look, even they have now a title. It's called the Great California Exodus. Can you believe it? This is the bridge which used to be boiling with the traffic. California sucks. We're finally moving out of California. I am out of California. I am out. Leaving. Everybody's leaving. Yet California is where Google is located. You see Google, the successful Google? Very successful. Nobody wants to stay in California. Where they are going? You see, they hate the Republican, yet they want to move and live like the Republican. I mean, we hated Trump, but we are going to move to the state of a Trump. Why? Because there it is, the life is better. Okay, but this is, the life there is better because they don't do what you do. So you are a Democrat who vote all your life Democrat, voting for Democrat in California, in New York. Why you are moving to the state of the Republican? Simply because you were a fool all your life, voting for the wrong side. And now you are hoping you can change your life, you can fix it. And what I'm afraid of, that those people, they will move to Texas, and then Texas will turn into Democrat, and then we go back to zero again. Then people of Texas, they will immigrate to maybe to Mexico. You never know. Because those people who they are moving out of California, are they still Democrat? I say to you, yes. So they go to Texas, and then they turn Texas into blue state, and then Texas will go bankrupt. And then we will go where? What is next? To the next Republican state? Democratic Party is the biggest failure in the history of USA. And if you are an immigrant like me, I am an immigrant. I'm not born in this country. I'm not a guy with the blue eyes. I'm a Middle Eastern. If you are an immigrant and you love this country and you want this country to be the home of your children, you should never, ever vote for a foolish, stupid, hypocrite party. It's called Democrat. Everything they stand for is wrong. Starting from your right to live, starting from your right to be free, starting from the freedom of speech. They want to mute you. They want to silence you. Either you speak like us or we will mute you. This is the only country where they mute the president. This is how filthy Democrats are. If the president himself cannot make a tweet, who can make a tweet? Just because he is not one of them. And actually, I heard good news. I hope it's true. I heard that Trump is going to establish a new platform media very soon, maybe in 2 or 3 months. And he met with some CEO from big companies, and maybe the Amazon, they banned them to establish this platform soon. I hope it's going to be something very good. So all those who they cannot speak their mind, because of the Democrat, because the social media controlled by Democrat. If you look around you, Democrat, they control Google, Facebook, Twitter. What is left? You see, when YouTube was an independent company owned by independent group, Google bought it. They swallow it. Anyone he grow, they do one of two things. Either they swallow you, they offer you good money to eat you, or they shut you down. They make under carpet a threat. You have one of two choices. either you sell us the business or we will take you down. And this is what happened to the platform, which Amazon, they shut them down. For no reason. Claiming that this is the platform for white supremacists. When this platform is used by all kind of people, all kind of color, all kind of ethnic. This is how the agenda work. And for you, if you are a person who believes you are conservative, never give up and never let them take you down. Fight racism. Fight racism. This country is for everybody. This country is for the black, for the white, for the Asian, for the Arab like me, for whoever you are. But in the same time, it's for people who love the country. It's not right to give the country for someone who hates it. The one who don't love this country, well, you should move. Nobody is forcing you to stay in this country. This is a very simple logic. Imagine you come to the house and this house treat you with kind and love and say, hey, I will give you citizenship. I will give you equal right. You live in this country, you will be respected. And then after I take citizenship, I spit on the flag and I curse it and I claim that this country is bad. What are you a hypocrite? If this country is bad while you are here, go back where you're coming from. Democrats are people who practice this every day. They spit on the flag of America. And this is telling you clearly that those people don't love this country. They want to suck the blood of the country, but they don't care for it. A person who loves a country, doesn't matter what country it is, he will never insult the flag of his own, regardless of the party who's ruling. If Democrats are ruling the party or Republican, why anyone will be against his own flag? Why somebody will put his army down? Democrat, they do that. Obama, he was making fun of the army. He said the one who joined the army is a loser. So when I joined the army, the USA Army, I was a loser. But when they have a flood, when they have a disaster, when they have a problem, we have security, then they need a protection, they ask the army to protect them. Joining the army is for losers, according to Democrat. But when Joe Biden, he wants protection, the army is going to save him. This is how hypocrite they are. I'm not going to keep you long. I'm not going to keep this video too. As you know, I don't keep my videos because YouTube love me very much. And they love what I say. And because what I say is very lovely for them, for sure they will support it very much. I don't think this video can stay in my channel for 2 hours from now. They will flag it. So I'm going to take it down before I don't want to give them the pleasure of taking down my video. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. And until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord and Democrats are a bunch of hypocrites. And I promise you, I will never join this party. All my life, no matter what, no matter how. I will never support people who support abortion, yet they speak that are people who support life and freedom. Hypocrites. The one who kill babies, he cannot protect them. Liars. Thank you. God bless you and see you soon. Take care.